Yo, what's up? We back on here with Cloud Talk Chronicles. You got your boy London in.
What's going on, boys? It's well, Lito. What's happening in this motherfucker?
So we got two special guests on here today. Gonna talk with us,
Yeah,
business
introduce
partners,
yourself.
family.
All right, my name is Tinsley. A lot of people might know me as Lady T. Yeah, I'm in the building. I'm a realtor. Also, I do finance services. So,
Noel, gotta bring the mic a little closer. If you can't hear, bring the mic a little closer so you can talk. Into the
I'm
mic.
Noelle. I'm a nail tech. I just started working with everybody, so yeah, I'm doing financial services also, so it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, she's adding more to your resume. That's all you're doing. You already got the nail tech going on. You got to add more to that. Tinsley, we've
Right.
known Tinsley for a few months, but she's like fam. Noel's like fam. Got Janelle behind the board. Y'all know. So what's up?
Yo.
First thing I was thinking about talking about just what does it mean to be a leader? And I guess how we could do this is I can ask a question, y'all answer. We all ask each other a question and pose something. So we can do it like that. That's my question. Everybody get their turn to ask their question. We all got to answer.
We asked some
Okay.
questions now.
Okay,
It's like,
yeah.
it's like truth or dare.
True to that. So let's say, what does it mean to you to be a leader? Like, what does a leader mean? Like, when you think of a leader, like, what do you mean? And that's in any aspect. You could say at home, at work, out in the community, anything. What do you think, Noel?
To me, being a leader really means like being the change that you want to see, being the person that you want to be, so everybody just follows. Cause it's really initially follow the leader.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna let you go, God. This is my show, so you know what I'm saying? I'm already gonna talk.
I'm gonna say
I'm
something
gonna
too.
talk like a motherfucker.
What I think too. I'm gonna say what I think. Go ahead.
I
Good.
love that. And, the first thing that comes to my mind when you say leader, it makes me think about, like, a war, right? And the leader, like, they're in the front and they got the pack behind them, right? And it's like, no matter what that leader is going to encounter, whatever it is that comes before his team has to encounter it, right? So it's basically like being out there and being in the forefront, being in the field, and carrying your team along the way with you where you're going. So
Yeah.
one person's not going this way, one person's not going that way. Everybody got a straight tunnel vision, and we all shooting for the same thing. So in general, a leader just another person with the same pack, putting them in the same position where they're at, but making sure that they have a smoother transition than they did.
Yeah. Okay. Good answer. I think my definition of a leader is being a good follower. I think you have to learn how to, because everybody has to know. We all have different parts that we're good at and we're strong at. So I think it has also being a good follower and being able to follow someone to learn how to lead. You know what I mean? Because how would you lead if you don't know how to lead? If you haven't experienced a leader, how would you be one? You know what I mean? So I would think being a good follower is signs of a good leader. And a good leader always puts his team first or put her team first. You know what I mean? And they'll sacrifice that, whatever that sleep or that extra push, they'll sacrifice it just to make sure that people are comfortable.
Right.
So that's what I think. I mean, a bunch of other things, but
I don't really see it like to make sure everybody comfortable. It's more along the lines of just being the one to fall on the blade. That's what I feel. Like the leader is gonna be the one to take the losses. The leader's gonna be the one that, you know what I'm saying, when shit don't pan out right and pockets get hit, it's gonna be the leader because I'm gonna be the one that's gonna take that first blow. I'm gonna run in that room first to make sure the shit's panning out right. If I get shot, y'all ain't gotta get shot because I ran in there and made sure it's straight. Now y'all know this is how you gotta do it because I led in there. I went in there.
so and you can put the same analogy, but a lot of like movies when you see the leader always fighting, the leader always survive. Everybody else be dying. You know what I'm saying? Usually.
The leader be dying.
No, the leader be surviving. The people behind you be dying. Like the leader be the one. Like okay, like in 300.
I ain't dying,
Oh,
what you saying.
I was like in 300 or in Gladiator. The whole war. Nigga, the leader be in the war, but he be one come back every time, still leading another war.
Yeah, but
You
if
never noticed that?
if you prepare everybody for war, then it wouldn't be no issues.
But some people got to die though.
Yeah,
Some folk gotta
but
die.
that's just their purpose. But
But do you think that's like a bad trait of a leader though? Like, you know what I'm saying, to just know in your mind that shit is going to pan out where you're going to have to fall at one point.
yeah, some things
Possible.
not
It's
gonna
possible.
go right. But
It's possible.
that's the
That's the
part of
courage.
it. You know.
That's the courage of being a leader. You gotta have that courage. Be willing to
Yeah.
die, cause you know what I mean. But I was thinking about the movies. When I see movies and I see wars, like I seen people talking, you going to war and stuff. I just noticed that the leaders, they be fighting this war, that war, that war. Like Achilles, who else? N300. Like the leader be the one.
Yeah, that
fucking
leader
everybody
really just kind of like clears the pathway for the people behind them. You know,
Yeah.
I guess like how Doe was saying, you know, we're going through things, so therefore when my team comes along, they don't have to go through this. So like
Yeah, facts.
with the team that I'm with, right? I got a leader that's been there for 5 years. So now I'm learning what he's on today, but it took him 5 years to get where
Yeah.
he is. So he kind of cleared the pathway for me. So because I got a great leader, therefore I'm most likely I'm gonna be a great leader too if I, like you said, follow what he has in plan, you
Yeah.
know, what he's installed already. So
Follow
yeah.
his footsteps and not trying to reinvent the wheel. Just go with the wheel. It's
Yeah,
already been
go
made.
with the will, but also do it your own way. Because
Yeah.
we are our own people.
Yeah, we have our own creativity and our own
Yeah.
special uniqueness about us.
Right.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
And I would definitely say try to like make it a little bit easier for people because I feel like you're the leader. You done probably did it bad, did it good.
But see,
You
but
get to
do
see
you
how
make it
work.
easier because you want them to be as strong as you? So it can't be that easy. If it's too easy, you probably
Well, I
want to be a
think
little hard.
it probably
Not-
won't
not
make it easier.
intentionally.
Just inform them on
Yeah.
the things to happen
Yeah.
versus them just letting shit happen. Versus you kind of get them prepared for the storm.
Prepared for it. I like
you know?
that. I like that.
But I feel like,
I like prepared, yeah.
to some extent, it should be easy. It shouldn't be hard.
But you need to work, and it should be
No,
because hardness builds character, though.
no. Me and you have had this
Sometimes
argument.
build
No,
no.
me and you have had this argument
ahead.
already. At the end of the day, right now, I walked through a real rough life. Like I had like a lot of shit that I feel like could have killed me, could have fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I feel like that made me stronger, made me who I am, made me dope. But at the end of the fucking day, at no point in time do I ever want my kids to ever have to see or go through anything I ever went through.
Right.
I don't care how strong it made
Maybe
me.
not.
You will never see
Maybe
that.
not going through that exact
You
thing.
won't-
But
ain't no nothing
maybe not
close
exact
to it.
thing, but they need
Nothing
to know how it
close to
feels
it.
to face some trials and tribulations. That
Nothing
make
close
who
to
you
it.
are.
Nothing close to it.
Some kind of
Nothing
trial
close
they're gonna
to it.
face it. If you want
I
them to be
want my
great
kids
like
to
you,
none of that.
nobody walks into greatness easy though.
Oh, time out. A lot of people walk into greatness
Who?
easy.
Who?
Us home.
Name
Us
one.
no.
Name
Time
one.
out. Time
Name
out.
some
Name
people
one.
Did
do.
you home? Did you read
Name
the book?
one.
Did you read the book of the month? Was
No.
the Everything Store? Jeff Bezos walked into greatness easy. His
How he walked into
his home, his family, his dad, mom,
Yeah, they
parents,
set- they
family,
set
giving
them
him
up.
$10 million to start your business. Here, Donald Trump. Here's $20 million to start off. Yeah, bro. Donald
But
Trump.
you're
Hey,
home.
But home.
Go ahead.
Donald Trump ain't never had to struggle a day in his life. Does that make him a bad person because he never had to struggle?
No.
Does it make Jeff Bezos a bad person because man, your parents gave you money? Man, I ain't finna make my kids struggle if they ain't got to.
But you don't
Yeah.
think even in the midst of having that money, how many people have had money and have fucked it up and have not gotten that far? Hold on. How many folk have gotten money? A lot of money.
I got you.
And they ain't Jeff Bezos.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, hold on.
I got
They
you.
ain't Jeff Bezos. They ain't Donald Trump. And they got a lot of money. And they done went through it, invested, and they still ain't there. So you can't say, oh, they had it easy. Them niggas ain't have it easy. Them niggas had to put in work. Even though they had the money, it takes more than just money. A lot of people got money, and guess what? Can't make more money.
Yeah, they
And
gotta
got
learn how
money.
to manage it.
Yes, they have to hold on. They have to have a certain
what kind of rough
they
life
have a
y'all wanna
cer-
put your kids
No,
in?
no, no.
No,
It's not
no,
a rough
no,
life.
no.
It's not a rough life, but they have to
Yeah,
have a
I get
certain
what
amount of
you're saying.
discipline with them. You can't just be, oh, I got money and this is easy for me. No, them niggas had to work for that shit.
I think he's saying like he wants you. It has to be like a certain type.
It ain't gonna be the
of setup.
same kind of struggle as you would go
Yeah.
through. I'm not saying they should have to go through the same as you went through. I'm not saying that, but they have to go through their own trials and tribulations to be great, to overcome. Just because they have money don't mean they're gonna overcome.
Yeah.
Just because you're giving money, that don't mean you're gonna overcome anything.
Right.
A lot of kids go to college, they college pay for everything, they still fucking losers.
Yeah, a lot of
So-
people would be having a lot of money, they still be losers.
Yes.
It'd be about the person for real. Like,
Yeah, so they have to have that kind of mentality to go get it. So them people are great. They didn't have
They
it.
ain't gotta go. That's
No,
what
they don't.
that's what I'm saying.
They had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I
Hold
feel
on.
like it's like iPhones. You know how iPhones get better and better.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like that with kids.
That's what I'm saying. So
I
why
know- I
would
get what
you
both
gotta
y'all
know what it's
saying.
like to type on T9? Cause your type skill. Why would what was the point of me going through all this struggle and making it better for my kids to only tell them, hey, I gotta make sure I inject a little bit of struggle in your life so you know what it feel like.
Yeah, because you
just
know
to
why?
make
You
it
know why?
harder for
Because
them.
at some point in their life, at some point they're gonna face adversity. Everyone
But
does,
it's
and
not
money's
like
not
you-
gonna
you're not-
money's not gonna solve your adversity.
So does that build structure?
It does build structure because at some point,
But
whether there's
they'll
money or not,
learn-
you're gonna face adversity.
Yeah, but they'll learn that by themselves. I don't
Yeah,
feel like a
that's-
parent should inflict it on the
Oh,
kid.
not inflicted. I ain't say you should put your kids in a purposely like make it harder for them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, but you should teach them certain lessons because they're gonna experience their own trials and tribulations at some point.
Right, they
At
will.
some point.
But you know, that's just how life is. Like it's not always gonna be good, but we just gotta find a way to, you know, if one person could be happy through adversities, then everybody else could.
Yeah.
I think everything is education because, like, even with my kids, I feel like my kids are somewhat spoiled because I give them everything. But it takes, like, certain lessons in their life to understand, okay, so sometimes a hardship or struggle might not necessarily be a financial struggle. It might be a mental struggle. It might be this and that. But, yeah, the adversities and things that you go through in life, they do tend to mold you to be who you are. So, therefore, also, if you have the right leader in your life, the person to help you get through that, it's going to help mold you. So with that leader, it really going to set the tone to everything. Yeah, you're still going to go through shit, but it's probably going to be a little bit easier for that person who had a proper leader because they're at least going to have somebody in their ear to point them in the right direction, lead them in the right way. And let's say, okay, with the money situation, even if they did give them some money, they fucked it up. But guess what? The money don't run out. I got another $5,000 to give you something to fuck it up again.
Yeah.
Your adversities
That's
for you
how
to learn again.
that's how I want to set my kid. I don't. My people that's following me. At the end of the day, if I went through any adversity, all right, boom. So with the financial leadership thing we got going on right now, financial marketing situation, because we do more than just life insurance. We do a lot. Right. So my whole thing is the people that we're training to come up behind us. I don't want them to have to be running around trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. No, I want to be able to hand you a plate. Listen, bro, that's what you do. Do that. You do this, you'll be me. Do that exact shit, you'll be me. I'm not gonna be like, figure it out. You got it. Man, bro, we are. So I asked PJ one time. He was doing something. See, me with certain things, I just follow directions. I know how to just follow directions. You ain't got to tell me why we doing it. If you tell me, cool, the goal is to walk to the end of this room. If I got my eyes closed, you say walk left, walk right, walk straight, 2 steps up, jump real high. I'm not asking you at any point in time, why am I doing this? I'm going to keep doing it because I get to go to the end. So while we doing this, he's showing me how to do, no, you don't even show me. I was going through a policy. You say, boom. Now I'm showing Janelle how to do one, and he just happened to be on the call. So we going, boom, we get this part. I was like, yeah, click that. Don't worry about what it's talking about. Just keep going. Janelle was like, nah, tell me why. I was like, bro, if you just read it, it don't really mean anything. Just keep going. No, I don't want to keep going until I know what it is. It was like yes or no. I was like, just click no and keep going. Janelle was like, no, what happens if I click yes? PJ was like, click yes. She clicked yes. It sent up this whole little error message and shit. I don't want to leave that doubt in my mind or in my people's mind I'm bringing up where she didn't fully trust what was being said to her. So that's why she didn't just go with the no. She didn't just say no. She's like, I'm trying to figure out what, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with this? What's going on? Nah, bro. To me, that's when you fuck up. When you like have these adversities in your life, but you question.
So what are you saying? Hold on.
everything.
So what are you saying? Janelle shouldn't have asked why. She should have just clicked that. What are
No,
you saying?
all right. It's different. All right, boom. Okay. To me, I had already stepped over this landmine. I'm telling you to step with me. PJ, the way he was teaching was like, cool, step and see what happens. He knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, everybody.
The way you talking about, I want to inject some adversity, man. You know, make it a little hard for you. Go ahead, step on, see what happens. Burn yourself, touch the stove. If my kids reaching for a stove, I'm gonna hit your hand. Don't touch it. I'm adversity, touch it, see what happens. I'll let you burn yourself. You'll learn from that. That make it stronger. Put a little extra. Nah, but
Some people, it's that personality trait though. Like everybody's personality not the same, so you can't teach everybody.
I'm not saying.
You gotta teach everybody on their individual level, and actually learn them, like learn their personality trait, learn like what they don't like. Cause if I yell at you, you're not gonna like. That's not gonna resonate with you. But if I, talk softly, that may be better for you. Or if I, it just depends on the person.
I just feel like we got to raise our kids to stay strong because I feel like no matter how we want to raise them, the world's going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm going to let my kid, burn your hand. That's not what I'm saying. But they're going to face adversity at some point. And if your first time facing adversity, it could break you because you never had to face adversity. You never had to face anything. You never had to do anything. It always kept being given to you. It's all been easy. So the first time you face it, that could be your time to commit suicide. You ain't never been in that situation. So can't even prepare for it. Now I'm not going to put you in adversity and purposely fuck you up, but I'm not going to make it easy for you either. I'm not going to make it's just a given because at some point, things that are not earned, I feel like, people kind of just say, fuck it, kind of like somebody driving your car. They're not going to drive it like you're going to drive. You work for your car. So
Yeah.
you're like, hold up, I'm gonna make sure I hit these brakes too hard. I gotta pay for the brakes. Motherfucker ain't gotta pay for
But I'm
shit.
saying,
They like,
but-
nigga,
but
I'm
that-
gonna do what I want to do because that
hang
nigga,
on.
I ain't nigga. I mean,
I'm saying,
shit.
but that goes back to as a leader. That goes back to the leader situation you're talking about. My whole thing is as a leader, I'm gonna make sure at the end of the day that you know to appreciate shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
But you
put
can't mad that she
don't
asked you
have
a
to-
question, though.
I'm saying, but you don't have to. Nobody has to go through adversity to learn shit.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
If I'm saying, I don't feel like nobody should have to learn adversity to go through shit.
Some stuff you're gonna have to because people are not gonna trust you. Yes, people.
Or it's-
Some
it'll
folks
just
learn
be
different. Like
hard.
you said, people learn differently. Some people just don't ask questions. Some folks do. It's not a right or wrong thing. She wasn't wrong for asking you what that meant. Because she's not gonna trust your word.
Right.
Because you're gonna question everything. Same way that people question the Bible. They still look into other religions. You shouldn't question nothing if you're Christian. If you say Christ, you shouldn't question nothing. You should read nothing else. Don't question it. No, that's what it is. So the fact she questioned it is not a wrong thing. She should have just explained it.
It wasn't the question, bro. That wasn't what I was talking about.
Okay.
I was just showing there was two types of leaders. My whole thing is I was telling Janelle just to step over and say fuck that, just keep going. PJ was like, no, you want to know what it is? Touch it. That's two different types of leadership. That's what I was saying. It wasn't that she asked a question. No, I just said don't worry about that because I already knew what it did. I did it before. I knew what it did.
But she
But
was
I was
just,
telling you, just keep going. Don't worry about that. PJ was saying, no, touch it. See what it do.
yeah, I feel like he went through it already. So for her to question him, he probably was just like, well,
If you want to find out what to do,
yeah, you
Go ahead and
just,
find
yeah,
out.
but that's probably what was better for her so that she would understand for herself.
Yeah,
Because some people just,
gotta understand.
yeah, but that's their way of understanding. They have to see it for themselves, hard head make a soft head.
Yeah, there's something called a disc assessment, so you get to really assess how someone's personality is and how they're aligned and how they are able to function. Because I think D is for dominant, and they got so many different things, right? But one of them is analytical. So for an analytical person it doesn't matter how many times you talk to that person or tell that person anything, they won't see it or they won't learn it or it won't resonate with them until they actually read it. And they looked at it back and forth, over front, forth and backwards. And that's why I know Janelle and I know who she is and I know that with her it takes time. So that's why also I've stopped calling because I want her to get that that intimacy that she needs with her time so she can lock in and she can figure out every single thing that she wants to know about it for her to be comfortable so therefore she can open up. Because I didn't really know about the disc either. At first I was like a strong D. I was very dominant. I was just like, just drive, just go. That just is what it is. But then sometimes people might see that as being arrogant because I'm not compassionate enough to care about what someone else feels because they feels like, hey, me asking this in question and me understanding is way more important. So that's what kind of had me open up to, hey, you know what? Dang, you know what? I need to start seeing things from other people's lenses and being able to resonate with them. So actually, everybody' point of view is very important. So it's like, okay, dang, how can I put myself to the side and make sure that I cater to their needs? And that's what also is helping me to mold into being a better leader and not just seeing where I want to go, but also asking my people, where do you want to go? And trying to figure out how they want me to lead them. Because the way that I'm leading might not be substantial, enough for them. They might feel like, where the fuck are they taking me? I didn't ask to go here.
Yeah.
So shit, you want me to take you to
I was
Barbados?
like,
We
maybe
going
they
to
want to go
Barbados.
somewhere else. And you like, we finna walk down this road. Like, wait a
Right.
minute.
You're like, nah, we
I
going
was trying to
to
get
I think like how you were saying, like how you say you're gonna stop calling Janelle and stuff. That everybody learn different. See me, I respond.
Just give her a little time, not just
No.
not
Like-
call her,
like-
but
I know
give
what
her
you mean,
time
like a
to
little-
dissect it. Like,
Instead of like
Yeah.
pushing it, but see me, I'm a little different. The fact that the push makes me, the challenge makes me go though. I'm not gonna lie, because I told you I was doing insurance. Kind of, I was already reading a little bit already with this other company, my partner Marvin. But it wasn't like, it was like, oh, I do it when I want to do it. But I ain't gonna lie, when y'all came along, it was like, oh. It was like a more of a, yeah, I gotta do this. Cause it was like pressure.
yeah.
It was like pressure. So it was like, oh, okay, it's pressure. So I don't even know, if I'm not pressured, I get real relaxed.
yeah.
No, see,
And I get
that's-
very comfortable without being like, nah,
Yeah,
urgent nigga, nah.
complacent.
do this
Yeah, that's
shit.
why I was
Yeah.
Do
talking
this
about
shit.
the
You
different
get real comfortable
No,
with being comfortable. I don't
But-
want to be, because comfortable, you feel like, nah, I can do it.
Oh, but you
Yeah.
got,
But
but you
see,
got.
that's good that you booked your test, because guess what that does? Apply pressure. That's what I'm
But
saying. When
you-
you booked your test,
but-
so can they get to the 12th
but
get
you-
here?
Right.
So
but
now
you
like,
gotta-
nah, you can't sit and goddamn
I'm saying,
No, I
but
take a
you,
day at a time because time is like,
Right.
you got to
But-
get on that
That's
shit
right.
because your
That's
time running.
I'm saying, but
Right.
listen,
Like
but
pressure.
I'm saying, but
Right.
down, but watch, Pete. That's what I was telling PJ. Just because that works for you, That don't work for everybody.
Of course, I'm not saying
Prime
it does.
example.
I'm
Prime
not saying it
example.
does.
The more pressure you apply to Janelle, the worse the situation gonna get. The more she kept calling, the worse the shit got in her
Yeah.
mind.
So I already knew.
The more PJ and them called, the worse it got in her mind. The worse,
Yeah.
look, hey yo, you booked your shit. Now she feel the pressure from everybody. Now she start feeling like everybody gonna lay everybody down. Now, oh fuck, I can't lay
Did you
everybody
feel
down.
that pressure,
Now hyper
Janelle?
focusing.
Janelle, did you feel that pressure?
Was that
Did
good
you
pressure
feel her?
or was it bad?
Did you feel the pressure?
Yeah, I felt the pressure.
I told
Was
you.
it, but was
And
it
did that
good?
make you respond and make sense? I'm gonna do this, or did it make you feel like, ooh, I can't do it?
It was more so that I don't think I could do it.
I told you.
Ooh.
I told
But
you.
you did it.
Everybody respond different. That's why
Do you remember our last conversation?
I told Bella and PJ when we was on the office that day. Listen, bro, I get it. I get what y'all doing. Y'all called me. I said, look, just stop calling her, bro. I said, stop, y'all. I said, listen, y'all are gonna fuck her up more by calling.
Yeah.
Because now I said, especially she's seeing cool, Frank pass, Tashi pass, you pass. She's like, fuck. Now all the pressure's on me. Now I gotta study harder now. Oh man, I'm a bruh. 2 days before she took her test, she was finna push her test back. She was finna push that shit back. Like I ain't gonna take it Friday because everybody was calling her. You good with
So
that? I'm
because I
telling you.
overthink a lot, I know like yeah I could pass it, but I think so much in my mind it
So,
makes me like
so I had that sound.
let me just stop.
So look,
because
so
there's
look.
too much going on.
I had that same similar feeling, but I get to a point. I promise it's weird. I be like, I don't give a fuck. I get to a
But
point.
that's
It's
how
weird.
it
I be like,
was.
fuck this.
By
Whatever
the
happened,
time
happened.
I got there.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Just do it. Fuck it. Oh well. But I'm paying. Oh well. Oh well. Just
Turn
try.
around, I done paid my fucking money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
And-
That's how it was once I got there. But during
Okay.
the process of it,
Yeah,
yeah,
nah.
my brain was like,
Ooh.
let me just
Pressure's on.
let me stop.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on.
Right.
I sent you a link. So you want to send
And I remember like the last thing I was telling Janelle, I was like, Janelle, because I love astrology. Janelle Libra, I was like, Janelle, I already know what it is with you. I said,
It's in the
you
group,
care
yeah.
too much. I said, just care just a little bit less. I said, you got this.
I promise
And after
you, y'all,
that,
y'all.
I ain't keep calling because I already know she be at work, she be doing this, she be doing that. But I just wanted to reassure her, like it ain't as big as you think it is. Just relax a little bit. You got this.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all I told her. Like you got it. And I knew she was gonna go read everything, and I knew she was gonna do that because I already know her personality.
listen.
Everybody used to be doing that.
Janelle,
shit, though.
listen.
Yeah.
How you was saying study? Screenshot the answers, boy. You know what I'm saying? Go back and study like that. I'm gonna tell you what Janelle did. Janelle literally did what you said. Screenshot answers, wrote down all the answers,
That's
then
what I was
went to her computer and then typed all the answers into her
You wasting a
computer.
lot of time.
And then hold on, and
She
then
was
hold
trying-
on, and
she
then
trying to
hold on,
know.
and then went back, did the test, and read the answers. Did the test, and I told you, bro.
For me though, I could see it in my mind now because I
Yeah.
took the time to write it.
Yeah.
Right.
So now my hand motion, I can see the words
Okay,
now,
okay,
and
okay.
I can
Yeah.
understand it a lot better because now I see it. Because
But that's why I was telling you.
And now because I typed
Every-
it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know those words.
I told you,
understand
Yeah.
everybody learn different.
Right.
Certain words through the insurance were like alike. So it was like, damn, if I make a mistake, then it's gonna be something that means something else.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
I had
I'm
to
doing.
take it, and I'm like, okay, I listened to what Tinsley said. Okay. Listen to what you said. Okay. And I was like, well, yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna do how
On that, but
Yep.
that's why I kept telling. Listen, I get y'all trying to call her. I get y'all trying to check. But the more y'all call, I promise you, she's gonna get to a point where she say, "Fuck this shit,"
Right, because I was like,
because it's gonna become stressful to her. So that's what I was trying to tell you, like, bro, yeah, that shit worked for you. You get London. We've already had this conversation. You are a procrastinator. I'm gonna do this. If somebody's not on your dome about it, it's not that you,
I don't think it's
not
that,
that you
though.
won't do it.
I think-
You'll just literally pick up something else and start moving over here. Be like, hey, London, what about this? Fuck, I was supposed to do that. All right, give me like 20
That's how
minutes.
we
to do it.
doing other shit. There be so much other shit. That's why I'm doing other shit.
But
It ain't other shit.
I
ain't
feel like
important.
that's because I feel
Other
like
shit.
I feel like as a leader, you need to learn how to prioritize your plate. Just like I told PJ. I said, dog, you have to teach somebody in here at least one thing that they can focus on. Cool, you got Mo, they know how to focus on this. Bella know how to focus on this. T know how to focus on this. So when new people come in, Noel come in, cool. You gonna go to Mo for this. You gonna go to Bella for this. You gonna go to T for this. Not Bella, teach us something real quick. T, what you done showed her? London. Have her.
That's exactly how that
No,
shit
I'm
be.
saying, because he don't really have. I'm saying 'cause he don't really have like a structure to it, and he again, that's how London worked. Like he was like, man, London one of the best things I said, but dog, London done come up with the finest idea in the world. London ain't put no plan together about no idea. He
I have
hasn't.
a plan in my head. Now how we gonna execute it? Different story.
London will watch this. London will have an idea. Cool. Idea, we need to start a podcast. Cool. Idea on the table. He is not thinking about what it would actually take to start a podcast. He ain't going that far in his mind. He ain't going that far.
I went that far. I do go that far. I do go that far. I'm not just like, podcast is nothing, nigga. I do go that far. I think how much shit gonna cost. I know it's gonna cost money. I do know that.
Everything costs money.
And then
so that's
hold on,
easy.
talking about something. And then I know it's gonna take
What
us
do you
being hold on. And then they're gonna take us being consistent with doing whatever you want to do. I do know that. Consistently doing things at a certain amount of time. I know it's gonna take us actually taking action to do shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That ain't none of that is needed to start a podcast.
it's gonna take action. It does.
None of that is needed to start a podcast.
You don't need action.
No, you have to buy all this equipment. You have to go set this shit up. You have to come up with
That's
a light.
action, though, nigga.
No.
That's action, though.
No.
Setting this shit up is action.
Time out. My nigga.
They're not taking action.
My nigga. Cool. What kind of cameras you need? What kind of mics you need? What kind of computer you need? What kind of lights do you need? Do you need chairs? Do you need tables? You gonna put it outside? You gonna put it inside?
But
You ain't thought
sometimes
that
you
far.
don't-
You
I had thought that for. I said outside. Y'all said inside because it's cold.
Yeah,
I said
sometimes you
outside.
don't even have to
No,
think
the point-
about
the
how you
point-
gonna get there. You just gotta do
And
it.
start exactly because first I think about it, you don't end up doing anything.
Time out.
You don't end up doing anything.
Time out.
But the best
You
way
do
to
home.
is
So that's the whole
right.
thing. That's why I be constantly
It's
telling you,
planning.
as a leader,
Yeah, but
you do have to think about how you're going to get somewhere. If right now we leave this house and the plan is to get to the end of Tower Boulevard and you ain't put a thought in your mind, which way I'm going to turn when I get out this neighborhood, I just start driving. At home, I get out this neighborhood, I make it right. You're not going to the end of Tower Boulevard. You may drive.
You could you can put a thought in your head, but you can't predict everything. It might be a turn level up here, a roadblock up here. You can't predict every
But
single
no,
fucking thing.
I get it.
Plans never go exactly to how they're supposed to go.
You pay attention to the people that you have around you, and you understand what skills that each person
Boom.
has. And each person who has great skills, guess what? I delegate those skills. Delegate that to. I delegate that to those type of people. Because
Yeah.
guess what? I can't do everything.
Right.
I'm a leader, so I'm supposed to delegate my time and delegate certain things to certain people who have the skills that can do it.
Yeah.
And that's
so for
what.
me, I'm an introvert. I don't do any of the extrovert things. So guess what? I surround myself with extrovert people.
That's what I was saying.
That's what makes you a
That's
great
the leadership part of London I'm talking about.
So
London knows how
that's
to.
his leadership
London
is.
gonna get everybody
He has
going.
a great
Oh, he gonna get everybody going.
idea.
He'll go,
So
I
guess
did.
what
Let's
he
go.
does?
Let's
He
get it moving. We gotta
delegates.
move.
I would say that. I would say that
Certain
I could do
things
stuff.
to
I
make
just don't be
his
caring to.
vision
I don't think I'll be caring to do it. I just be like, nah. I rather, like I told you before. Yes, can I learn how to record videos? Yeah, but I love someone who already wants to do that. To just do it.
Yeah.
Now, can I go learn how to do it? Yeah, take my time.
No, it's
but
not.
they already
But
want
it's-
to do that.
but it's not-
So if you already want to do that,
But no.
that's
It's
what you
not-
should do.
It's not necessarily about learning how to do it. That's not what I'm saying. If a plan needs to come in place, I feel like London, you know the start and the end. I know we need to start a podcast and we're gonna be successful. Everybody gonna love our podcast. We're gonna have a great audience.
Yeah.
That's the end. You haven't thought about the middle. And
You don't think so?
pause.
You don't think I thought about the middle?
He probably has, but it's
Listen.
just like
I
Listen.
probably think too
as long
much.
as he knows it could happen.
Delegation comes.
That's the point. You
Because I know
delegate.
who I have
You
on my team.
you
That's
delegate
why I
home. You delegating
That's
ideas
my
is
business.
what makes you that leader. Cool. Let's start a podcast. I know Nardo knows tech. Nardo, find out what it takes to start a podcast. Cool. Jimmy, I know you got the outfits on deck. You gonna find out what we're gonna wear. Nail, you know how to decorate. Listen, I'm gonna find out how entertain. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Not it all on London trying to figure it out. And I was telling you, that's why I was telling PJ the other day, bro, you gotta learn how to delegate. Delegate some shit. And you literally gotta stop doing it.
But at the end of the day, we all are our own people. So it's like if we want to get to his level, we have to study him. Basically, we don't have to study him. We could study Keshi. We could study Bree. We could study Mo. We don't have to study PJ, because PJ is gonna do things how PJ wants to do it. Because PJ got to where he went because he was himself.
But and then also,
But
you think about
I-
it, he's trying to show, but he's growing too.
He's
Yeah,
growing too.
he
So
is.
it's
definitely growing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get y'all to
But-
grow, but I'm still
Oh, yeah, they're
growing
but-
on my shit too.
They
But
know.
Like once I got in there, I felt like I grew a lot just in this week. Like I learned a lot about just myself, my character. You know, I just really learned a lot about myself and just growing.
Yeah.
So it's really just about us. Like at the end of the day, we have to also do our own work. We can't expect somebody else to just like tell us what to do. We at this age, we should already know what to do as our own selves. Yeah, we're not gonna know everything to do, but if we want to get to where he is or if we don't, it just depends on our own personal goals, because at the end of the day we do have to do the work ourselves.
Yeah.
We cannot rely on people.
Oh,
We
no.
have to think for ourselves, and we have to do what it takes to get what we want by ourselves, but together.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I feel like
Have your own
we
personality
need
in the
to-
group.
Yeah, it's like because what?
About before I do it myself.
What you mean?
I feel like you got the experience with certain things.
Yeah, but it's like you should work with him. Learn like whatever you're lacking at, he has. But whatever you don't have, he has. Like y'all come together. Y'all don't fucking fight with each other, cuz that's not going to make anything better. Like but if you work with each other, you be like, "Oh, well, Tinsley's good. She's really good at communicating. Like I want to be a better communicator. So I'm going to work with her on that." Like I'll be like, "Tinsley, like I be scared to talk to people sometimes. What can I do?" You know? But it's like you got to put your pride aside and then just be like, "Well, damn, I'm not good at this, but I really want to be better." But it just takes you to like see wherever you lacking at. But it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with not having it all together. But once you actually human enough to be like, even if I want to cry right now, I'm gonna cry, and y'all gonna look at me however y'all look, but it's
No,
gonna
we
be
not.
like, well,
No,
I'm
we
gonna let it out.
No,
So-
we're not. We're not looking at no
Yeah,
kind
but
of crying is
I'm-
natural.
I think we should like ease the crowd into like what it is that we talking about. Like I would like to ask everybody like, what made you pick financial services? Like what's so great about financial services?
Ooh,
to
me.
you?
Pick
Yeah, definitely. I wanted you to talk about yeah.
money. The fascination with money. All right, so I had a conversation with PJ. I brought up the London day. I had a conversation with PJ. And I have like kids that are going to college and have kids that have passed college, and I have kids that are eventually going to need to go to college. And I used to always see on TV and, you know what I'm saying, people that don't look like us, like, yeah, man, I got such and so's college fund over there, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just in my mind like, you motherfuckers are literally putting money in one account for the next 18 years for this one person?
Yeah.
You go to Chase every day and put money in this account? Put Chase in money. It didn't register to me. How are you doing that? And I told PJ that. He was like, that's not what they're doing, bro. All they're doing is starting up another life insurance policy for their kids. And by the time that kid hits 18, it's grown enough money. I'm like, oh, shit. Now it makes perfect sense. So then I started looking at other things like, what do you mean I made sure I got enough money set aside for my kids to buy a house? That goes with everything. So it's like, I'm realizing like the rich and elite don't save money like us. Like we were always taught piggy bank, mattress, shoebox, bank if you like, you know what I'm saying, you on the up and up. Nobody ever said, you can save your money over there in that life insurance.
They don't want us to be bigger than what we are, because if we were bigger than what we was, people would be following us. They took everything from us and they do it their own way, and they make it seem like we took something from them, but in actuality they took everything from us. Now we just we mad at each other because we feel like we just for all the shit that don't happen. Like,
So what's the answer? Were you answering the question? Why did you join financial services?
why did I join financial services? Because I don't have I just wanted. I
like
feel
the
like
vibe.
I like the vibe. I like the people that I was around. I like. I wanted to learn. Like I feel like if you become fascinated with something, then it will be fascinated with you. And it just so happened to like change my life. Like I'm comfortable being myself now. I talk to people all the time. I didn't know the benefits of it, but I was just like, why not?
Right.
What would I lose from learning about finances?
That part.
Yeah.
I'm
about
on
you,
the
man?
game.
What about you, Lonnie?
Financial services, I don't know, I guess there's a few different reasons. One of the reasons, really, like you said, to be able to save for your kids. One reason. And then I just feel like each generation, we all starting from ground zero. It's just like the next generation, zero. And it seemed like, we should, I don't know, be better off ahead. So that, I don't know, just being ahead. It seemed like we're all just the same thing over and over. Like,
Yeah.
my kids have zero, their kids have zero, this kid. And like,
Yeah.
they already start from zero. It just seems kind of crazy. So really mine will be for the future. I'm all for the kids, They are the future of the grandkids,
For
because like
sure.
we'll be the generational curse breakers and they'll be the ones to carry it. As long as they know how to carry it, like I say, and that's with that proper knowledge, because they could drop the torch too.
Right.
I
If
seen-
they
excuse
want
me.
to, but
Yeah, I seen a lot of people leave their kids things and in 2-3 years it's gone.
Man.
but that
You know what I'm saying?
it's
So,
just
'cause they didn't teach them how to
none of
manage
it really matters unless we just
Remember the whole credit thing that the generation before us?
Talk
said?
louder. Talk louder so the mic can pick you up. We just won't be staring off.
Remember the whole
You
credit
should
thing
really
the
get in.
generation before our generation would say all you need is you just use a credit card for emergencies or
Yeah.
for gas,
other people's
which
money.
is a bunch of BS. You can leverage credit. Utilization rate, they didn't know about that. These are just the basics that the
Yeah.
generation before us didn't know.
I was taught to blow credit. I was taught actually to blow credit. The first credit card I got, my dad told me go spend. He was like, go max it out, bro. See how much stuff you can get on it one time. I was like, oh, what?
I don't know about
What?
that.
I was in Macy's going crazy. Swipe, swipe.
Oh my god.
I hear you. I don't know about that.
It's not a
but-
good idea.
Yeah, it's not.
Good idea.
Yeah, like the people that
I
was
know that now.
before us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
I just-
they didn't know that though.
Yeah.
And we actually have that information now.
I just be looking at it like people that's older than us. They be old as hell. They be having Corvettes. They be having gray hair. They didn't. They couldn't have it when they was. So it's like.
How
So
many
it's like.
times, babe, I said that? I be riding for old ass man pull up in a fucking Mustang.
I be like, it's like weekend car.
That's it.
Don't even know
I
how
be
to
like,
drive
We don't be
it.
that old. We don't be that old. We don't be that old.
No.
Yeah, me and Janelle saw this one dude, no
like
bullshit,
56, that was
walk
old.
to a Mustang 5.0 drop top with a walker, fold the walker up, put it in the Mustang's trunk, and then press that shit. Woo, he like,
Oh my god.
man, ain't no fucking way.
I'm
Man, that dude had to be every bit about 80. Hell no. I want to have something like that now.
But he probably made the right moves though in order for him to do that.
Yeah, most white people do have money. Most white people do
Jimmy,
have money, but
we've
black
had this
people also
conversation already.
have. Also
We've had this
have
conversation
stuff.
already. I'm be real with you. I'm be real with you. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to be in my 70s and 80s with millions. It would be. I swear I would love it.
But what,
But I don't want
what
to
the
be
hell could you
70s
do with
and
that
80s
shit?
just now touching millions. That sucks.
What could
tell
you
me-
really do with it at that fucking age
Right,
besides blow
giving
it?
away- Besides giving away to people. I see why like the term sugar daddy came up. All your kids are too old. You didn't
I will
spend
give
all
it
your
away.
time up. Now
I
all you
will
gotta do
give
is
it
give it
away.
up. Down. Pause. Wait. Rewind.
If you
Hold on.
being real
Never on.
serious,
T, why did you get into financial services? What brought you here?
Look, I'm gonna be so for real with y'all. So like I've been a serial entrepreneur for so long. I've done different things: construction, real estate, you name it, Airbnb. And I was like, yo, I like doubling my money. I'm sitting here looking at Waka Flocka, right? I'm listening to Waka Flocka, and he was like, yeah, I've been listening to Donald Trump, with these IULs, and I've been investing my money, but I'm taking my money out, but it never shows as I'm taking my money out, and it's still growing after I took it out. I said, what is he talking about? I said, nah. Stop everything. Stop life. Everything pause. I need what he talking about. Then he said something about an IUL. I didn't know what the heck that shit meant, but I was like, yo, where can I find one? I'm itching like a fiend. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
who got the IUL?
You got the IUL.
Who got the IULs? Ain't nobody have no damn IUL. I'm sad as fuck. I'm like, this shit ain't real. What the fuck?
Walk a flock of lines.
And I talked to like 3 different insurance agents. They told me, I'll take your information and get back to you. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about, yo?
Because it's like a secret, basically.
Yeah, it's like a secret. Like, we ain't got this knowledge.
Or
I'm out
maybe
here
they didn't know
preaching
either,
to
though.
other people. I'm like, yo, y'all heard about this
Right.
IUL?
Because
Because
Like,
you said the
fuck
first
y'all-
one you got was what, a level one? So maybe they didn't know.
Yeah, you gotta know exactly what it is that you're getting, but still, like the IUL is so powerful, bro. You take your money out, but your money's still growing. So I'm from the hood. I'm like, this double print your money. This better than counterfeit. What? Like
Yeah,
nigga, sign me up ASAP.
It's like they all right. So okay. So boom, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do because right now it's only 2 of you on the panel with a license. So we're gonna get one of you two to explain what an IUL is in your terms.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Simple. Because this is going to be one of them little 30-second clip things. Explain what an IUL is. Because Waka Flocka, I seen the same clip. Waka Flocka didn't explain what an IUL was. He just said, yo, I be getting money with these things. He was on a panel talking about it. I seen it. Go ahead.
So-
You explain 30 seconds and then Lundy, you do 30 seconds what you think it is.
Index universal life insurance policy. The only thing that I heard that made sense to me was you grow your money, you get interest on it, and you can take it out whenever you want. Nobody can stop you from getting your money. I was like, yo, I need that. I need compound interest, and I also need my money in case I need it, because I don't know what's going to happen. Because a lot of accounts that I know about, you can't go just get your money back.
Right.
And me having the power and the control of my money to differentiate how much I want to put in there or not put in there, and also if I want to take it out. That's the only thing I ever heard of.
Right. And normally the percentages be so low on the money. Like, when you invest, it be low as hell. Like,
Or
you
it be
can't
iffy. Or it be like,
right.
you might gain, but you also might lose.
Right. And even
Hey,
if you put in the savings,
it's like-
it don't be no interest on it.
It's like Russian roulette. It's like,
IUL?
hey, no, just like I said, other
Safety
places, other places you
and
can put,
growth.
other places you could put your money at. It'd be like, hey, you might walk away clean, but you might take a hard ass hit you may not jump back from. Like the lady we talked to today, she said, Donald Trump been president 5 months. She said she done lost so much money. This is the most money she's lost in her 401k since Donald Trump been president. It's the most she ever lost in 20 years.
He might be like
Right.
Hitler.
It's like,
And that's what
Damn.
happened when you're dealing with them
But
variable
sometimes- but
accounts
Damn.
and you're not protecting your money. And I didn't even
feel
understand that
like-
when I learned about the IUL. I just liked the growth. But knowing that you have protection while you're getting that
Growth,
growth,
yeah,
that's
that's-
the most powerful
But I
thing
feel like
about
a
it.
lot of white people are losing their money, not a lot of black people. Because when I used to work at the nail shop, I worked in Kirkwood. There was a lot of white people over there, and they was talking about how the CDC, that everybody losing their job. Ain't no black people losing their job, not that I heard of. And at the nail shop, no. At the nail shop, no. At the nail, I mean,
I think as a whole, like every race is losing their job, only being because jobs themselves are just becoming extinct.
yeah, but it's just like also like people are learning that they're not worth $20 an hour. They're not worth $30 an hour. They're not worth $40
Which
an
I
hour.
feel like, man, every American should make at least $35, $40 an hour. We ain't even
No,
making that.
100. No, for somebody's time, really, 30. No, that's not even worth it.
Some people are worthless,
100.
though.
I'm gonna be
No,
boom,
I
right
mean-
there. That's the main thing right there. Let me explain this to you. All right,
But
cool,
it's just
cool.
like,
Listen,
damn.
I love money.
Here too, me and Janelle just had this conversation. If y'all do want to do a savings account, make sure it's a high yield account where you at least get 7%.
But you gotta pay. You gotta.
But
pay
listen,
taxes.
pause.
If you want to do
Pause,
savings
listen,
account,
pause,
I'm not
listen.
recommending that.
Let me explain this to y'all how money works.
Otherwise,
If-
inflation gonna kill your shit if you with Navy Federal, USAA, Bank of America. Your dividend's gonna be like 2 cents per month, basically. So you
Only thing Navy Federal didn't do, their interest on their accounts grow with the inflation. So they technically make sure you don't lose money.
That's it.
It don't grow. It just makes sure you don't lose. So in your account, it looks like it's growing, but it's technically growing at the rate of inflation. But let me explain y'all how money works. Listen, it don't matter if everybody has money. money is worth nothing.
Literally, so it's like,
technically,
why are
if
we?
everybody's making 35 plus 50, $60 an hour, that is not a new 725. Because again, if I know that everybody, if you are, let's say boom, let's say you selling this shirt, right? You selling this shirt for $70, right? That seems like a lot because the average person is spending $20 on a shirt. But if the average person is walking around with $200 to spend in their pocket, now this $70 shirt is now $200. Now it's the new $20. It's no different than like right now.
But hold on, but you know it don't gotta be like that, right?
Hold on.
Exactly.
Yes, it does
what
have
if
to
you
be like that.
did bargaining?
Yes,
What
it
if you
does
be
have to
like,
be like
no,
that.
I'm
it
gonna tell you why I
doesn't.
don't. I'm
Because
gonna tell you why I
it's-
don't. Because there's enough resources to go around where everybody can have enough. A whole lot. It is. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Because if
What
we,
you don't understand-
yeah, because
How
if-
many
if-
cars do you know they made? People don't ever drive. How many houses they could build? How much shit? It's enough resource. They've lied to us thinking, oh, it's only a
Listen,
little bit of resources.
no,
Everybody
no.
can't get it.
But
Everybody
everybody
can't get
does.
it.
No.
Everybody
does
can't have enough.
something.
What's
Everybody can't have enough.
London,
It's
what
enough.
London, what you're missing is value. What creates value?
But we all
Scarcity.
They say
believe
scarcity.
no, but we all believe
that's
that a
scarcity.
dollar
They say
has value, and it doesn't. It's a piece of paper with white presidents on it that's not even here no more.
And that's what I'm saying. So if they make it where everybody now has these white pieces of paper, if they know
But that's not true though, because a lot of things are valuable and they're not scarce.
what
A lot of things that we need are valuable.
What?
Nigga, a car is valuable. They're not a scarcity of cars. And
cars are
very-
scarce.
But they're valuable.
Cars are scarce.
But they're valuable. How are they scarce? There's a lot of cars like that. They've been sitting there for months and nobody buys them.
Hold on, you know why they're scarce?
How
Because they
they
don't
You know,
got
you know why
money
they're
to
scarce?
buy
You
it.
know why they're scarce? Because everybody don't have the money to go buy it. That's why it's scarce. That's
why
why it's scarce.
bro.
Hold
That
on.
mean
If I have a
scarce.
if I have 1,000 cups sitting on this table and each cup, you're like,
But
it's enough
once
cups
you-
for
but
everybody.
once you
everybody
drive
in
the
this house
car-
to have 50 cups.
But
They're
once
not
you
scared.
drive- but once you
cool,
drive the
each
car
cup
off
just
the
cost me
lot-
$700 to make. I gotta sell it to you for 14.
That don't- that
You
don't-
like,
Yeah,
man,
but
hold
once
on.
you drive the car off the lot, the value of it
Goes down.
decreases.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you're
Help me out with this real quick.
Yeah.
I want to say the wrong year. 72 was the last time, 1972 to be exact, was the last time gold actually backed the dollar, correct?
No,
I thought it was like before.
it was in the 30s.
I thought it was before
I'm
that.
saying when it became public was with Richard Nixon. And
No. Look, okay. From my understanding, I could be wrong, so nobody quote me. Don't tell me up in the comments. Listen, the last time our money was backed by something was right after the Great Depression. That was when gold. That's because like at that point they tried to get the economy back to where it was, so they collected all the gold from all the people. So they started telling people, listen, we need to prop the economy back up. We need y'all to turn all y'all gold back in. Y'all bring all y'all gold in. When you get this gold, we're gonna have this gold here to prop the economy up. But since you brought this gold bar here, you take this sheet of paper saying I owe you 1 gold bar money. So that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. That's how it happened. So that all our gold got put into Fort Knox. So the last time that Fort Knox was audited by the public was 1972 with Richard Nixon.
You don't have to go that deep into it. I just want people to understand the basics that may not even know that.
Oh, okay.
Just
I think,
But I don't
listen,
think I don't think you
Please.
need scarcity for value. I think that's a lie they tell us.
What?
I think a lot of things are valuable and they're not scarce. They tell them they're scarce and that's not true.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's
listen.
a lie.
And I don't even
Listen.
think
I
it's
think
that
that's
many
a lie.
people
Or they
on
put
the
us into a
earth
system
either.
into
London.
it's
London.
enough shit to go around, bro.
London.
It's enough shit.
London.
It
If
It's enough.
everybody has something, it no longer holds value. If everybody, again,
Value-
hold
what kind
on,
of value
time-
is that?
but it never had value to even begin with.
But everybody has a car. How is the car not valuable?
It is valuable, but it's just like it gets you from A to B. Everybody needs it basically, or you could just walk.
No,
but
it's
it makes
not-
things easier.
It's not the car that makes the value, because cars are nothing but money. They're just driving money.
No,
What creates the
there-
value?
Well, what I got to say this whole conversation is, you know that we're the most valuable thing. You know,
Exactly.
melanin is the most valuable thing that
Right.
practically is on the earth right now. So, like
Yeah.
us as, melanated beings, like we got to start like leading and stuff.
Right, and getting our
So, like, we're
world
more
back.
valuable than gold, actually.
Right,
Do you know why we're valuable?
we're
Yeah,
valuable
we
because
hold
we
a lot of
start
energy,
everything.
Like,
No, because they can't just go in the lab and make another you. can't just go in the ground and dig up another Tinsley. That's why you're valuable.
With a source.
Huh?
With a source. So if everything came from a black woman, you can't duplicate that without the black woman.
Yeah, that's where it all started. The black woman.
That's crazy that you can make every other race from a black woman.
So you think so y'all saying I think the person is the most valuable thing on this earth?
Yes, because
Hold on,
without
everything-
I
us,
think I'm
other
coming
things
from
wouldn't
records
be
and
here.
facts.
But hold on, think about it. That's not, I mean, a lot of things was going on before humans came into the picture. A lot of shit was going on. God created a lot of things before He created us. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of
No.
things that we haven't even really discovered.
Nah,
I feel.
he created us, then we created other things.
Nah, you think
Yes,
like
we
you know how many
created the
creatures-
car. We
I'm saying,
created
besides
everything
that, I'm
that's
talking
not
about like
here.
nature though.
Oh,
I mean,
nature,
like
yeah.
creatures, animals.
No, we created
stuff,
that too. That's
everything.
all manifestation.
Create things out of those things.
Yeah.
You think man created animals?
No, I just said.
Oh.
Do I believe man created animals?
On top of that, we're the top of the food chain.
You think so?
No,
For
no,
sure.
no,
That one.
no,
Cause
no.
who,
I don't think
who's
so.
out here hunting
No.
us? Who's
I
out
think-
here
no.
hunting us and trying to
We
eat
on,
us?
we
though?
on.
I wouldn't say the
we
top
are
of
the
the
top of
food
the food chain. We feel we're the top of the food chain because we are the only ones that can massively communicate that we know of. That means I could talk to 50 of us and know all of us can go over there and pick up them guns and shoot all of them animals over there. But the animals may not just group like that. So that's why we call ourselves the top of the food chain.
So who's,
Because if all of
who's
us
on
want to
top?
attack the lions today, we'll all go attack the lions.
So-
all the lions not going to go talk to the lions over in Africa and say, start attacking humans. It ain't going to happen.
So who's on the top of the food chain then?
I think there are other beings that
I
are
feel like
above
That
us.
are smarter than us?
No, that are above us. I don't think they're present. I don't think they're visible.
They're here.
I don't think they want to be seen. I think that's how they remain in control by not being seen. If they
Right.
were seen, they would install fear. I don't think they want to push fear.
But
I
what
think they want to
what,
stay in
what do
control.
you think? What do you think is like holding us back from being actually at the top? Because
Our
initially,
ignorance.
even with this business, it shows you like it's like that's how life is for real. Like
Yeah.
it's people that already have it, and it's like, do we want it as bad as they wanted it,
Yeah.
or do we just want to be like whatever?
Average. I think that whoever built the pyramids are higher beings than us. But I don't think that we're the top of the food chain. I think we
But you
think we
don't. Do you think that we were once like that?
are. Yeah.
So what do you think happened?
I think you had a few like demigods down here, and I think some of them are still here. They're like us, but not like us, and have like just like us, but just way more powerful. I believe. But I don't think they want to be seen. I don't think they want to be like, oh, look what I could do. I don't think they like that. I think they hide behind shadows and they get what they need to get done. But I don't think they're
That's
like.
good.
I don't think they're just like, hey, look, I could do this. I could walk through this wall. I'm not gonna tell you that. 'Cause I think they don't want to install fear. Fear causes panic. Enough humans panicking at one time is bad for them. So they don't want us to panic or try to rally up against them because they still could be taken down too. So I think they remain.
I think they do want us to panic, and they do want us to fear, and they want us to be scared. But once we don't be scared, and we just be like in a high vibrational energy, and we just stay like that, like, cause we've been through a lot of stuff already, so we know how certain things would happen or not happen, and we know how to avoid certain things. But it's just like if we stay at a high vibrational level, rise above it.
Yeah, and I
There's
understand
not
it, but
so many things.
I
that
think
can-
I think it's real beings that come down here and got power for real,
Yeah,
like some
I do
superhero
too,
shit,
like, that
like
they-
flew down here and boo hit the ground.
Yeah,
You're like, oh
but
shit.
like you know how we was talking about earlier, like we could, if we learn each other's traits, like what would be beneficial to each other. I feel like they learn our traits, our bad traits.
Yeah,
Be like, what could bring you down? What could make you more depressed?
yeah.
But it's like if we work on that, shit, we good.
Yeah,
Cause if we already know what makes us depressed, we just try to avoid being depressed. It ain't nothing that could fucking stop us.
it's still gonna come in your mind. It all starts in the mind.
Yeah,
baby.
it is.
It all
yeah.
starts in the mind.
It do
Like,
start in the mind.
Touching on what you said, Tinsley, when with this with the financial services shit, real quick, it's still on the same topic.
Yeah.
When I first went there, they did a little overview with us, and Keshi had his projector didn't the projector didn't work, wasn't working for him, so he was just freestyle talking to us, and I remember him saying something that made so much sense. Human beings are the most valuable
Thing
things
on
in the world.
Earth. Yeah.
but are the most cheapest things in the world.
Right.
He was like, I could rent a human right now for less than what I can rent a Tesla for a day.
And that's
I
crazy.
can rent a car and then literally rent a human to drive it and spend more on renting the car than a human to drive it.
But
That
question,
part.
but question. Is it that person not valuable? Because like I said, everybody.
everybody-
No.
Time out.
It's not that.
Hold on, time
It
out,
is
time out,
not.
time out.
It is
Listen,
not that
listen,
that
listen,
person is not
listen,
valuable.
Listen.
Right.
If everybody, let's say everybody knew their value and put their value where our value
But
was,
it would
and say,
start
hold on,
with self love.
and let's say we all said we work more than 30 an hour. We thinking that. If everybody thought that. Could the world still function how it functions?
No.
No, it would.
No.
It would collapse
Could it still
completely.
function?
No.
Not how it was.
No.
Motherfuckers ain't cooking your food. You can't go to the grocery store. They ain't driving a truck because truck drivers feel like, nigga, I'm working more than driving a truck, nigga.
Then they would
So hold
have
on,
to
they
figure
feel
out
like that.
another
How the
way.
food get into the stores?
They would have to figure
How
out
the food
another
gets in the
way.
store?
Right, so you asking the right person about this because really, I'm the type of person where I feel like none of this stuff is needed.
It's
So the
not.
great question that you asked wouldn't be none of that. You would just be in one spot. You would be providing all the things that you need for yourself. So you have your farm, you have your garden, you have your community of people.
So you want to go to school?
You would learn how to
You can
preserve
learn
the
from each
energy from the
other.
sun so you can create your own electricity. You would be able to take the water from the sky and just use that. So technically, everything that we need is already provided for us. We really don't need a lot of this stuff.
So let's say this, but
Right.
along came technology. You have technology that came along, and that's actually helped. You have scientists and doctors who have studied and actually have cured people from things. So with that technology being, you're saying we only need certain things. I get what you're saying. We don't need everything to
Not
survive.
everybody even needs to
So-
be paid,
So,
technically.
But then you have females. Let's say like my ex-wife. She couldn't. If there wouldn't been such thing as doctors, she would have died having her first child. She wouldn't have 3 more children. If they would have known how to do a C-section to cut off and get that baby out of there.
Right, yeah, we
So-
need doctors. Only so
Yeah.
many people are going to want to become a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for the regular, normal person,
Yeah.
day-to-day life, it shouldn't look like what it is today.
Yeah.
We can be self-sustainable.
Without
Yeah.
all
Be
of
real.
that.
Take-
And we're
take
the
this-
original technology.
I feel like a lot of people
anyway.
gonna take what I'm about to say the wrong way, but it's gonna be real. We need dumb people. We need people. We need people that's gonna work for $8 an hour.
That's
We
not
need-
dumb. They might have passed.
Hold on, pause. No, I didn't. The dumb people and $8 an hour are two different people. Listen, we need dumb people. We need $8 an hour people.
No,
we
for
need
them
people that's
to
gonna work
be-
$50 an hour.
for them
we
to
need
be
doctors. We need
suffering.
doctors to be that one that go to school for 12, 13, 14 extra
And
years
just
after school.
waste their life, and then that contributes to the whole energy as a whole. Like if people are living like that and they're not happy, then it contributes to the whole problem at hand. Like you know how trash can get full, but you keep putting trash on top, thinking that the trash is not gonna overfill. It's gonna be so much
Yeah.
trash, you're gonna end up having to take it out.
Right. So, leading off of what she's saying is that I figure that things should have been the way that the Most High God intended it to be, and that's for us to work together versus saying, "Oh, this person needs to do this and this person needs to do that." But just like us all working together, how you was talking about as a leader, like delegating certain things, and like he's saying, like, yeah, we need certain people to do this, certain people to do that.
Yeah,
Because
not
we don't
for
need
no-
everybody to try to study to be a doctor. That'd be a lot of fucking money wasted.
Yeah,
Like,
but it doesn't have to be, $7 an hour. Like everybody needs to feel value in that
Yeah.
process. So putting $7 on somebody's head and be like, you work for this and you do X, Y, Z, da 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 da. That's not fair.
Watch
really,
this.
what
Okay.
I'm saying, like,
Yeah,
some
But
people's
yeah.
work-
Well, no,
it's
watch
not
this.
fair though.
Hold
It's
on,
not fair. But
hold on,
imagine
hold
if you had a
on.
business, right?
Hold on.
And
No,
now, hold on.
let-
Let's say you had a
hold on,
business
hold on, hold on,
and somebody
hold on.
and somebody
Hold
would
on.
take $7 an hour.
Watch
Would
this.
you not pay?
Okay, so cool. I'm gonna get some scenarios real quick. Okay, I'm gonna name jobs. You tell me how much they should get paid. Okay, McDonald's cashier.
A McDonald's cashier right now.
Ten.
Just give me a number.
Everybody
How much?
should have-
How
If
much
we
should they
was
get paid
living in a new world,
right now?
Time
because
today.
you just
Right,
imagine.
hold on.
No, but like this would
Give me
answer my
numbers.
question for real.
Give me the numbers.
this what
Right now,
answer-
you controlling everybody right now. You sitting on Congress, you finna control it.
But I don't-
McDonald's cashiers, how much should they get paid?
I would say for everybody to be satisfied with the service, give them $20.
$20 an hour.
Oh, that'd be excellent at
Hold on.
McDonald's.
Boom,
Yes,
hold on.
ma'am.
Hold
Would
on,
you like
boom.
to catch up with
McDonald's
that?
McDonald's workers getting paid $20 an hour. Cool,
minimum.
cool. A doctor working on hearts,
A doctor working on heart.
heart
you know,
surgeon.
Shit, 10 bands.
10
10
bands.
bands an hour?
Hell yeah.
Okay, 10
Damn.
bands. Hold on.
We already in debt. The world's about to end
Hold on,
today.
hold on. We're getting somewhere now.
But it's like if we already have money, what would the problem be paying them
We
10
We're getting
bands?
somewhere now. 10 bands an hour. Doctor Working Hearts. McDonald's cashier. Okay.
$20.
Person bagging groceries at Kroger's.
Probably like 22.
Boom. So he's on the same level as a cashier.
Yeah.
So boom. Okay.
The cashier working harder than him.
Hold on. Cool. London works at the post office.
It's like it
Postal
also,
workers.
You know, it also contributes to their mental, what they also going through too. But a post office, hell yeah, like $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $100. And then you also have to tip them people. Like, what the fuck?
Cool.
You see them at your mailbox.
Now, okay. Cool. Okay. Watch this. Now we're gonna do this.
I was looking at it live.
Hold on.
Just to throw this out here. You know some McDonald's work because it's
Hey, hold on. It's $18 an hour. Already know. Pause. We're gonna do this. So watch. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. So we got highest right now. Highest right now. Heart surgeon. We already know doctors are up there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting grocery baggers and cashiers and let's say the person,
A garbage man.
a garbage man. Yeah,
A garbage man, you gotta pay him more too, cause he's taking out the trash for everybody. Like he making everything cleaner. It don't
Okay,
stink.
cool. So now
Smell
watch
like
this.
boo-boo.
Now watch this. Now watch this. Now what you have to understand is because these people are now getting paid more at McDonald's, that's why there's no more dollar menu. I know you kind of young, but we can tell you when we grew up, you can go to McDonald's and get you a 6-piece nugget for $8.
All that food is not even good for you.
Hold on.
It's just good to eat.
Hold on. Time
It's
out.
not good.
Time out.
So they
Watch
really
this.
initially you got them people selling crack, basically.
Hold on. Watch this.
Hello.
I'm saying.
Right.
Watch this. So what if I told you? So you have a house or apartment?
House.
Okay. So you pay for your trash to get picked up. So what if now because you want to pay every garbage man $20 an hour, $30 an hour, he get the trash. Now for them to come get your trash every month, now your trash is $700 a month to get it up. Cause now there's money to pay each
But
garbage
money,
man
but you're
has to
not
come
getting
from
what
somewhere,
you're
right?
not getting where I'm going. Like money is paper.
Hold on, no.
Which-
Watch
I
this.
know
And
people
the
out there
more-
printing
you're right,
some money.
You're right. The more paper you create, because it's just
it
paper,
appreciates
the
the
less
value.
value it has.
But it
So,
doesn't
if-
already.
more.
That
but
goes
it
back to what I told
already
you. What I said
doesn't
earlier. If
have
everybody
any-
has everything, it's worth nothing.
But
Right,
it already
because
doesn't have any value.
That's because
to
they put a
begin
value
with.
on it.
Exactly. Like
They
if we
put a
all
value on
believe,
it.
if we all believe this cup will get me a piece of gold, and that's what the bottom line was, then I'll just go get a cup. They would be stupid as fuck. But if we just be like fuck that
No,
shit.
everything. Listen, whether y'all know it or not, everything is measured against gold. Everything. That cup, the percentage of how much that cup costs, how much plastic is made in that cup. That cup costs the reason it costs it the way it costs because of how much plastic it takes to make that cup
Yeah.
versus
Speaking of
how
cups,
much
can you
gold
bring me
that
some
would
of
take.
Everything is weighed in
red,
time,
sweet
though.
red over
Everything is
there,
weighed in
please?
time.
No, it's not.
It
Everything's not weighed in time.
should
It
be.
is
It
weighed
should
in
be
time.
weighed in
Turning
time.
into a surgeon right now.
Everything is weighed in time.
Everything
It
is not
should.
weighed on.
It is.
Everything to
It
you
is.
should be weighed in
But I
time.
It
feel
is
like
weighed
you
in
just
time.
bring the
Listen,
bottle.
You
It
know,
is.
like no, I
It
feel
is
like
weighed in time.
why is it all these
It
people
is.
still being born
I'm
though?
gonna
Like,
tell you how. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything's weighed in time because in order for
sweet
you to find this gold and get this gold, it takes time. So you can't just go get gold because it's valuable, right? So in order for you to get this gold, it takes time to get this shit. They ain't just getting gold right there. No, it takes time to dig and get that gold out the fucking ground. It ain't just there. So it takes time. Everything is measured in time, not gold.
yeah.
No.
and it's not
Listen,
money either.
What you listen?
Time more valuable than
Listen,
anything.
no, listen, bro. Listen, you can't listen. That's bro.
We're listening.
Just because I believe that this is a bird doesn't mean that in reality this is a bird, bro. In reality, in real life, this world, everything is measured against gold. It's not measured in time.
But time
They-
is
But
more
gold ain't just there though.
valuable.
Listen.
Gold ain't just there though.
Listen,
So you have to take
listen, hold on. Time out. Time out. Gold is just there. They make us believe it is scarce. Gold is just there.
You seen something?
Hold on, time out.
Where that shit at?
Listen,
Where it at?
They got
listen,
some
Where it at? Where it at?
listen,
It might go.
bruh, listen,
It's
bruh,
everywhere.
listen.
Where?
There are home.
Where?
Listen,
Pure gold.
bruh, dog. Listen.
We
Pure gold.
listen.
There are Saudis in other countries, bruh. Literally, they talking about these people have enough money that like they are like quadrillionaires, nigga. They can't even count they. That's how much gold they have. They just collect it. We
That's
just bring it
one-
all in one place. Listen, bruh, there are people in the UAE, bruh, making cars. They got cars, 7-ton cars of gold, bruh. Gold is not as scarce as they're trying to make it. You in your mind, you believe, oh man, I can't find it out here. We can't just
We
go
talking
in my
about- we
yard
talking
and
about
dig it
pure
up
gold,
because
too.
we do not live in a place where gold is abundant. But that does not mean that gold is not abundant.
How many countries is
Yeah.
it abundant in? How many different continents is it
It's
abundant?
many
somewhere.
different-
Of course
Because
they
you can
gonna
go
buy
you
it.
can
Africa,
you
Russia,
you can go
Africa, Russia,
you can go right
UAE,
now.
China.
You can go right now in all these
Yeah,
countries.
like, of
Yeah.
course
Yes,
they
if
gonna
people got
hide it
gold,
from us.
if folk got gold put in a safe, yes. But the fact you're gonna go out and just see gold anywhere, no. You're not
Of
just gonna
course
walk
they
place and see
gon-
gold.
Hold on, time
They
out,
gonna
time
hide
out,
it
time
from
out.
us.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not gonna be in
You know
plain sight.
what some of the most biggest diamond and gold reserves are? Volcanoes.
Yeah.
Volcanoes.
In Antarctica.
Bro, I'm
People
letting
ain't
you
going to
know.
pick 'em up.
Listen. You on listen right now. You're going off of just your thoughts. I've done deep dives on this shit. Gold is
have
everywhere.
also-
Well,
Go
you-
ahead, they home.
You
Bro,
can
we
deep
think the
dive,
gold
but
rush
until
was.
you bring the gold back,
Bro, what do you want? We think the gold rush was, bro. We think the gold rush was.
Yeah.
Why home? Why do you think the middle of this country is like not that many people, but the end's got a lot of people. Everybody when they hit America, they hit from the East Coast. They found out it was gold on the other coast. That's why everybody moved to the West Coast. That's why California and all that has so much money over there. Because that's where the gold was in this country. Dog, I'm telling
Where's
you,
it at
gold,
now?
Gold is everywhere. What do you mean?
Okay. I mean,
Had a lot of gold.
yeah.
No, they don't know this. She came.
I'm telling you, bro. They just tell us it's scarce, my nigga. They know.
Chain that shit.
I'm telling you, they just tell us it's scarce.
They sell it for cheap compared to if we bring it over here, they try to bust your head.
I'm telling you, bro. Over here. The reason gold costs so much over here, dog. Listen, I looked it up. Go on your phones. Try to buy a gold bar. You can buy a gold bar.
Pure gold
Listen.
All of it's not pure gold either.
Listen. You can buy a pure gold
Yeah, I
bar.
ain't say
That's
you
not
can't,
what I'm
but a
talking
lot of
about.
it ain't pure gold.
Go
Go ahead.
online, try to buy a pure gold bar. When you go on there, go on incognito mode on your computer and put yourself in another country and try to buy that same gold bar. It'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
They make it scarce to us
Yeah.
because they know the US dollar is not backed by gold. I don't want your dollars for this shit.
No, it's basically like not to compare gold to shoes, but it's kind of how they create the shoes for less than $5, and then over here.
You didn't hear that shit about China?
They'll sell us
Hold on,
a pair
time
of
out.
shoes for
I know, babe, you
$275.
saying wrap this
That's
shit up.
not
No,
gold.
I gotta get this news out. Please tell me y'all all heard that shit about China.
You know that.
Where China came out and said that, listen, all those designer bags and all those J's and Nikes that y'all say are real and oh, this Louis Vuitton bag y'all say is real, it's made in Italy, it's not made in Italy. We make it. We make it here. We ship it to Italy. They put one tag on it that says from Italy because they can put that tag on it. Now they can brand it and say it was made there, but we make those bags for them. Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Bruh, everything is made to seem scarce here. That's why Mercedes-Benz, an S500 here will cost you over $100,000. How come in Germany those are their taxis?
Sidebar.
That's their taxis. It's made scarce to us. What's poppin', you?
Sidebar though, just to bring this up. Pops has a $10,000 rug, right? He bought it in Iraq. Guess how much it costs over there?
$50.
75, but you was damn near close.
I know. Bring that shit.
Well, we already know that market shit. We already know that. We already know that.
No.
With Jordan, they do that
It's
shit with
no
Jordan.
different.
They
It's
don't
no
buy
different.
Jordan.
She's saying.
But we know that
Boom.
already,
Prime
though.
example. She was saying, "Oh man, I feel that they need $20 an hour, $10,000 an hour, $100 an hour, bro. That's only here. That's why you old girl who's trying to tell us about moving down to where she was in like South America somewhere. They don't pay like that to live over there. Them kids on TikTok now talking, oh, I moved to Japan. I paid $300 a year for my power. I pay $20 a month for my water.
But you know, some place like that, you don't have the same freedoms you have in America. Like some places that are really like, how about that independent? You can't have guns. You can't have your own weapon.
Hold on, time out.
You can't do.
Time out. And some of them
You know
places
that,
are,
right?
and some of them places are the safest places in the world. We're just made to believe that it's bad.
Safe or controlled? I want my gun. Fuck that.
Hold on, time out.
Because I want my gun. Fuck that.
Time
I want
out.
my
You
gun.
hold. Time out. You want your gun.
Yeah.
You want your gun because you have been in a place where you've been conditioned to believe that violence is an everyday part of life.
Not every day.
Hold on,
But it's
time
possible.
to fuck out.
Even by the government.
Time to fuck out. What would you need a gun for if in this entire state we lived in, nobody's ever been robbed? Nobody's ever been shot. You probably have one person that dies in this country, in this little area we live in, every 3 months, and they die of old age. Nobody dies from somebody getting shot.
Right.
Nobody getting
The
robbed.
government-
Propaganda.
The government.
In
the
certain
government-
in certain countries, the fucking police. I remember for a long time in London, the policemen don't even carry guns. They carry clubs because everybody ain't got no guns. We ain't worried about you shooting nobody. I can walk up and hit you with a club. Get on the ground. That shit came on the little joke. Get on the ground, hit them with a club, nigga, because they don't carry guns. So again, you feel you need a
How
gun
long
because
they
I hear in America this
How
shit
long they
dangerous.
ain't carry guns for? No, we just right the barrel. How long they ain't carry guns for in London?
I don't know.
Google.
I don't know.
How long they carry?
There's
Wait,
certain places where it's hard as hell.
To get a gun.
Like for example, that artist Central C, wherever the hell he from, I can't think of right now off the top of my head. But like any murder that was committed, it was with a machete.
Yeah.
They really couldn't get
They
guns.
banned knives from some places. I forgot. I think in London they banned
But that's what I'm
knives.
saying. So to me, I feel you, but right now, she's giving me the wrap up sign. I got her in my mind.
I'd rather have-
rant.
I'd
I
rather
want
have
to
my
rant, but
gun.
like I'm not. Listen,
I'd rather have
just
my
knowing,
gun.
just knowing your mind, bro. You want a gun because we've been conditioned certain way in this country.
Nah,
We've
and
been
look at this
conditioned.
way. Okay,
We've been
imagine you have a
conditioned,
gun in
bro.
other country.
We've been conditioned.
Let's say 3 to 4 men come in and try to rape your wife.
Boom, right there, bruh. Shit like that don't happen everywhere. The fact that
You don't
our
think so?
mind has been
You don't
conditioned
think crime
that
in
3 to
other
4 men would just walk in out of nowhere and just rape your wife.
But you don't think they do that in other countries? You don't think so? You don't think so?
Well, to be honest with you, I was actually married to a Bulgarian, right? And in Bulgaria, they just don't have crime. It's like at an all-time zero. The only thing they really have a problem with is just scamming. So people more focus on money versus harm and hindering someone else's day-to-day life. Like, that's not what they do. If it was a homeless person on the side of the road, they would go get that homeless person, get them somewhere to stay, get them somewhere to eat, find them a job, make sure they're straight,
Bulgaria-
and then next thing you know, they become family. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, Doe absolutely right, because other countries, they look at it, they actually move as a unit. Like,
So,
they
hold on,
move
hold-
as
hold-
one.
tell me
They
something.
care about people. They don't even want
They
nobody
move-
to be
but
homeless.
question, they do as a unit, but I don't know about that. We can look at these countries. We need some numbers because other countries you can't go and fucking say you're fucking gay. They'll kill you in the street and won't nobody pick you up and they'll burn you. Nobody's killing nobody in the
Hold
middle of
on.
the street. Hold on. Let me talk, nigga.
Pause.
Because ain't nobody killing nobody in the middle of the
Pause.
street in America.
Name
Nobody
one
getting in trouble for it.
Name one person you seen get killed on the street because they were gay.
Nigga, look at them videos on Africa, bro.
Hold
Time
on.
But what if they? What if they really?
Pull your phone out. Pull your phone out. Let
Hold
Google
on. What
research.
if-
Get the phone
you
out
know
here.
they
I
be-
think in other countries. I'm not saying it's a bunch of crime, but I think shit goes
I think
on.
it's
I
definitely
think over
what
here
type
we
of
get away
country
with
that
shit.
you
I think we get away with
with.
shit over here. Yes.
I be feeling-
Over here you can say fuck Donald Trump. Nope. You can't
Yeah,
say
we got
fuck
freedom
no.
of speech.
You can't say fuck nobody else nowhere about them being on your ass. You can't go nowhere and say fuck
Yeah,
no
no,
leader
you
nowhere else.
definitely
And
cannot.
then
the
hold
whole-
on,
but
hold
hold on,
on.
but
You
that's
got
the-
freedom of speech. You
but
can't go to
that-
a place and say
but
man fuck
listen,
this shit.
but listen,
Can't do
but
it.
that's the point. Hold on. But listen. Hold on.
Don't, bro. You
2
can't do
seconds.
that shit.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Hold on, Jimmy. Go
But
ahead,
why?
go
Hold
ahead.
on. But why do you? But
Go
why
ahead,
would
go ahead.
you?
Hold on, let Jimmy talk.
It's only gonna take 5 to 10
Go
seconds.
ahead.
In Iraq, Afghanistan, you do realize if men are talking and a woman speaks, that woman will get beheaded. She's not allowed to talk. You don't have no say. And you already know, I know this from going to Iraq or whatever.
Why is it though?
They kill them
Why?
for that.
Why is it?
You have no
Why is
say.
that? Why is it?
It's a-
Men not really supposed to
Hold
be
on,
running
no,
the
no, hold on,
country.
hold on.
It'll take 5 to 10
Pause.
In most countries,
Pause.
women can't talk how they talk
Pause.
over here. You can't
No.
go over there and say to
Pause.
yourself, or dress how you dress.
Listen.
About
Pause.
being on your
Listen.
fucking ass, nigga.
No,
They're not playing that
listen,
shit.
bro.
That fucking hurts you.
Listen.
But
Y'all,
I don't feel
listen.
like
over there.
men.
Y'all,
men are
can't
ignorant.
even dress how you dress in
listen,
other places.
y'all are missing the
That
point.
fucking
No,
been my ass,
no,
nigga.
no. Listen, I got you, Jimmy. Listen, you're missing the point. If I'm in another country and women are talking and men are talking and women walk up, they won't talk because they might die. They might, bruh, that's a part of their culture. That's a part of their culture.
That's the same
In our
thing you
religion.
said before that. that.
So it ain't just other countries, man. It's just that's in our religion. Women don't talk when men talking. That's a part of their religion. In this country, it is a free for all. That is why people can't. That's why people feel like they can't just say fuck Trump,
So look.
fuck the president.
Right
They
here.
feel like to say
country,
that.
country with the highest crime rates.
Uh-huh.
I don't see America on here. Afghanistan, South Africa, Syria, Honduras, Guyana, Peru, Nigeria, Venezuela, Brazil,
But
Haiti,
those,
Iraq,
like,
Yemen,
third world
Jamaica, Russia, Somalia,
surprised
Colombia,
you wasn't on there.
Congo, Iran. This is the top 20 countries. I don't see United States on
It
here.
just be like propaganda.
Hold on,
more
hold on,
like,
time out.
it
The
be
highest
like-
crime
Hold
is
on,
in
what-
But
hold on,
it's
hold on.
Afghanistan,
y'all don't be letting
Afghanistan.
Listen to
everybody
this.
talk.
Hold on.
Y'all don't be
Jimmy,
letting everybody talk.
Jimmy, now watch this shit. Okay, cool. Lennon, you just said the top 20 countries, right? With the most crime, right? Cool.
Venezuela
Google
is
this.
one.
Google this while you there. Google this while you there.
What?
Number one country with the most incarcerated prisoners
no, here.
per capita.
Here.
So if we
Here.
don't have more crime, how the fuck we got
Because
more
nigga, it's a
people
business,
locked
nigga.
up
No,
here?
no, you know why? Because prison is a business. They're designed to lock us up. You know, but hold on. Why should I get
And
locked
you-
up? Hold on.
and-
Why should I get locked up? Because I didn't pay a ticket. Because I was hold on. I get locked up because
And-
what? Hold on, because I forgot to go to court. Y'all pulled me over, now I'm in jail. I could have really forgot that shit, and I'm locked up for that.
But
They
it's
lock us
like
up for
the
dumb shit
women-
because it's a business to lock you
Okay,
up.
but it's like
it's a business.
if y'all don't work with the woman, cause y'all don't even let me talk. So it's like if y'all don't work with the woman, if
let you
y'all
talk
don't work,
with-
no,
You've
but
been talking a lot now.
no, I haven't. Y'all been talking a lot. If y'all don't work with the woman is going to protect you from any demonic spirit. But y'all don't want to work with the woman. Y'all just think y'all know everything.
What with
And
the
then y'all very impulsive. Men are super impulsive. Y'all don't think about shit for real. Y'all just like
what
calm
you
That's
think?
why.
down.
That's why I
Like,
believe
we
in
bring
like the
balance.
yin and the yang
Yeah.
and duality and all those things. 'Cause
Damn.
Notice what I said. I agree with your point, and then I said I got to piggyback off there on this as far as that's why I brought up the Iraq and Afghanistan situation. That's not how we feel. Like I don't be heading anybody for a conversation. That's a little outrageous to me. I don't care what country you in,
I don't know why.
but
10 countries with the 10 highest rates.
but look at the lowest rates. Let's look at the
Low, hold on,
lowest
lower Iceland, New Zealand, Portugal, Austria, Denmark, Canada, Singapore, Czech Republic, Japan, and Switzerland are the lowest.
Let's move to Iceland.
The highest ones is
Well, you know, Iceland's not
Venezuela.
even cold.
I heard it's cold as hell.
No, it's not cold.
You sure?
Greenland is cold.
Oh, okay.
Iceland's not even that cold. Greenland is covered in ice. Listen,
Just like
None of these countries are either in these places are neither if really in North America really the highest crime rates. South Africa, Haiti, Honduras,
That's what I don't understand.
Venezuela, the top 5.
that's what I don't understand, bro. You saying I don't want to live in a country where I can't just have my gun. All these countries you name, you have guns. And most of these people, I promise you, I know in Africa and Jamaica, most of these people are dying not by guns. And they're not getting killed by guns. It's not like...
Where
yeah,
they
I'm
dying
gonna-
from? Where they dying from? Because the number one killer in America is what? Heart disease. After that is cancer. We dying from our food. That's what we dying from. Other countries, our food is banned. They don't even eat as bad as us. We already had that discussion. And that's all the time we have, folks. Now, what time
I'm missing where you was going with that. I was like,
Noel,
okay.
get your shit on.
No, I'm
Say
done.
Nobody ain't been letting you talk.
No, I said what I gotta say.
I actually thought T been talking the less or the least out of everybody.
T is observant, bro. T is like...
what's going on here?
T is observant, like I'm watching you.
Hey, I definitely like would like to like I like this. Like I definitely would like to like gear the conversations towards like major things that's going on with the world. So I'm plotting on like the next talk, and I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. I feel like where we're going with this. I see how we like leading on. We definitely gonna do this again.
So what do you mean we don't need the woman? What are you talking about?
No, she said
Noel,
we're
what?
talking over. We didn't let her talk.
Oh.
My bad. All right, this is why. This
You
is
said
why.
we're
This is why.
impulsive.
Because this is why. So much we're used to us just being on a podcast by ourselves that we'll get into these debates back and forth and not realize that we haven't let anybody else talk who is on the podcast with us. It's not just with y'all. If Janelle and Jimmy are on here, we'll be going back and forth. It's like other people are sitting here.
Yeah, y'all be so passionate. I understand, like, y'all be passionate because I guess men feel like they don't have a say, so but then they do have the say so. Like, it's mostly men running the world. But then again, I feel like women. Honestly,
Would you prefer
I feel like
women to run the world or men?
women, of course.
I feel
run the
like
world?
if that
Yeah.
the man and the woman
what do you
actually work together, we'll actually be more powerful. So therefore, we can also understand the analytical part and the physical manner and the most reasonable way of getting through things. So I feel like men, they really think about what's the most reasonable way. Men really
Logical.
don't put themselves, logical.
Logical.
They don't really think about themselves. They think about everything as a whole. And then we think
I don't
about what
think
as a woman.
I
A
think
woman
that-
say, okay, well, if we do put this plan in place, how is this going to affect us? How is this going to make us feel? Is this going to be right?
You know what?
So therefore,
Ooh, that's a good
putting
thought
us
right there.
both
That's a good
together, that's how
Noel,
we
go ahead,
become more
Noel.
powerful.
That's a good thought right
I
there.
just want her to get all of it out. I don't think so because the whole time, I mean, maybe it depends on the two people that do it. I mean, that would be a good representation. You know, even with Casey and Bree, like, basically they president. In my eyes, they a good representation of what it looks like. But it's like all this time it's been men running the world, and look how the world is.
Right, but also you got to think about this. Even though it's men running the world, most men who ran the world, they had a woman supporting them and upholding them, and also giving them gifts and knowledge to guide them throughout that. So that man alone didn't do it himself. It's
Yeah.
always going to be duality. It's always going to be two. You know, no one person alone can do anything by themselves. They had somebody to put them in that position to help mold them to be where they are, so they can help go forward with that. So if you probably even talk to those most powerful people, he might be my mama. You know what I'm saying? So the woman, we gave birth to everything that's here, so it wouldn't even be anything
What
without
about
the
that
woman.
thing they showed on TV where they had, I don't know what the show it was, they put 10 women on the island and 10 men on the island, and they see what
Yeah,
what
see, I don't want to do that because I don't want to talk about men versus women.
Yeah.
I just like to talk about that putting us together
Together
to
is
work
stronger.
on one project together. That what's make us stronger.
What
When you
if, like-
divide us, we have no
Yeah.
power
What if
whatsoever.
it what if it
for real.
was
Yeah,
like
you can't
what if
have
it was
kids.
like a woman president and a man president all at the same time?
Yeah.
But it would have to be three. It would have to be three. It can't be two.
Why?
No, it would have to be three people. It
Why?
can't be two
Why?
because it can't be two because if it's two, they could
Outvote.
deadlock. They
What
could
you mean?
deadlock.
like voting if it can't
Yeah, voting. They'll vote between the three of them. You have the duality. You know what I'm
2
saying? You have
I'm gonna
duality,
just
like-
say this, and I know that's gonna sound hypocritical, but
ahead.
I'm not really for women being the head of anything, because I definitely, I believe in the Most High God, and I believe that men were built in a certain type of fashion to be first. So therefore, the man, the woman, then the family, then the community, and that's just how it goes. But within that man being first, that woman is behind them. Actually, it's the man and the woman together to help lead, to guide, to get us where we need to go. Because even a man by himself, just think about a single man. A single man not going to really lead you into a lot of great things because he's doing it alone. But a man who has a woman beside him who's told him, baby, I don't think we need to do this because this is, he going to listen to his woman. And even if he don't, then he going to find out his woman was right. So that man who's in
So-
that position, he's learned a lot just to even be in that position.
So, question, you think behind every great man, a woman is like helping him get that big great.
Right, and every
So-
great
I ain't gonna
woman is
flex,
a
bro.
great
I would
man.
say, I'm
I
not
have
saying
to
that's not
attribute
true.
a lot of my success to Janelle, bro. I ain't gonna flex,
I'm
bro.
not
I was
gonna
a different
say
nigga,
that.
bro,
think
before I
it's
met her, bro.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Can't lie.
I think you have successful women that did it like without a man, successful men who did it without a woman. Then together is even
I highly
stronger.
doubt it. I highly
So
doubt
question,
it.
question,
Even
hold on,
me
question,
being
question.
the dominant
Elon, hold
woman
on.
that I am, if I didn't have a stern man behind me, molding me to see the errors that
Yeah.
I'm making to make sure that I correct those errors, I would not be the woman
So
that
question,
I am today.
so question, Elon Musk, him and all he's accomplished. I just say him or Jeff Bezos, these people, all
These
the
men
stuff.
have been married since they were
hold on,
younger.
the things they've built and what they've done. Do you think? I'm just questioning. Do y'all think the woman was right there next to them, building all that stuff and doing all that stuff with them?
Yeah, because it started with his mother, like, but
I
it
feel-
was
I feel
always
like
a
at least
woman
Elon
first
was.
before a man. But I don't know, like your mom is always there for you, like even when it starts. And sometimes the man, he just feels like it's not his job to
Women
play
are
in the
nurturers.
part.
Yeah, women
Women
gonna,
are nurturer, but
when
the
you
man's
sad about all the work you done put into something you need somebody to cry to, most likely a man gonna go cry to a woman. Yeah, because that woman really gonna understand the emotion, because the man don't even understand his own emotions that he's getting most likely he could go to another man, but that man is gonna be like, "Yo, you get through it. You do this. you
Yeah,
do that."
but
the woman gonna be like, "It's
sometimes
okay, baby. Pat
women-
your back.
women
We gonna
are
try it
nurturers.
again. Let's try this way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna prepare you for this. I'm gonna get your presentation together. We gonna do this. We gonna because the woman they're gonna see the value in the man, and she gonna see something in him before he even see in himself, and she gonna keep telling him he can do it.
So question: if you had a child, like, and nurturing is good, but I think sometimes you need that discipline factor too. In order for men to be great, you need discipline. And the nurturing part, I think, like I said, I think we need both. Actually, you need to be nurtured because somebody with too much
That's
discipline,
exactly what I said,
and they
though.
and they ain't never
I
been
say
like
you need
nurtured or feelings and
a
emotions.
man and a woman together. That's the most powerful
Yeah.
thing in the world. Like, cause it take two. It don't take one. If we
Yeah.
just go off just how just a man think, and that would have to be a single man. He didn't get raised by his mom. Like that doesn't happen. So normally a great person, they gonna have great mentors in their life. If they gonna get something from a woman and they gonna get something from a man. Like if I would have got everything from a woman, boy, anybody be able to step on me, give me excuses, tell me anything, and I'll believe that shit. If I wouldn't have had a man to come in my life to let me know, no, you better not take none of them goddamn excuses. You better tell them this, this, and that. You better.
Yeah.
So like, okay, shit, I ain't have a backbone until I had a man in my life because he's known that he
Yeah.
have to be there. And he can't let nobody get in his way of what he got going on. Versus a woman, they trying to cater to everybody's needs and wants. So you definitely need both.
Yeah,
You know.
cause like a lot of women, we talk about this all day, but a lot of men that are in prison raised from single households, single women households. A lot of men in prison, like I say, you need that man, but you also need that woman. You need both. But then you have a lot of men who are successful who have just single mom, like LeBron James just had his mom, but he's successful. You know what I mean? So I think it's all about the individual and what you take from the person. But you definitely need both. It's always good to have both. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely good because them together, especially if they're on the same page, them two come together, then they make a baby.
Yep, can't make the way without both. So they let you know, hey, it's powerful. Have
Yeah.
both.
So, Cloud Talk Chronicles, we went over an hour. We just been talking. We're going to do this again. I'm London, D-O-N, you have.
Noel.
Lady
Why,
T.
Lido?
And Lady T.
Lady T. Okay.
Shout out y'all IGs.
What?
Jimmy.
Mine is _.
Hey, Chantel_Tinsley.
London, L-U-N-D-O-N-M-C. Jimmy, shout yours out.
But mine is I am Lido on everything. Leedoe on everything. I am him.
Bam, there you go. And mine is Delta 2 Entitlement. We wrapping up another show. I loved it. Gotta throw this out.
Talk normal, nigga. You're not on a radio show.
Gotta throw this out here real quick. Get close to the mic.
Oh, hop on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Mike ain't over there. Mike ain't over there. Ain't no mic there.
I was just hoping they could hear me.
No. Pop over here to a mic. Come on, camera, Jimmy.
I just wanted to say somebody who actually made it without his mom. She actually gave him up, and his dad didn't give a F about him. D Wade. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
That was random, but we're gonna end it with that.
I had to throw that out there.
All
You
right.
didn't have to, but you wanted to. We're gonna end it with that.
But you do need that backbone. Go ahead, shut it down.
Crack.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn, why you speaking? You got anything?
Damn, that shit was long as fuck.
I